All right, let's pass it down. I'm trying to make this really difficult on you guys. So you're next. Pass the mic all around. We're going to end with Helen. And
It's like hot potato.
Okay, so we started working together in November of last year. We were in a 6-month program, and she's one of the people who stepped up already into our Diamond program, which is our high-level program for next year. So talk about, even in just that 6-month span, kind of what has shifted for you.
Okay, well, I made the commitment to the Diamond program. I'm looking at it as a commitment to myself, to hold myself accountable. I made an investment. But I feel, I feel like, see, I'm working on public speaking.
Like project it out there like your voice coach told you.
See you.
I always did the scenery in things. I didn't do I was never center stage.
You were like the flower in the
background. I preferred to
background?
design everything and choreograph. So I made the investment really to hold myself accountable, but because I know that Bria and Mark will really hold me accountable and also really help me hone in. I try to be too many things at once, and there are a lot of things just because I have experience in education that I could do, and I need to really be more selective on the things I'm doing so that I do them in the fullest with real depth.
Yeah, that's right. And it's one of the things we've talked a lot about is because it's been very hard for her to think about what to let go. She has so many, again, so many talents, so many areas, so many directions that she can go in, and so much about growth really is about letting go.
Right.
And so she's committed to 2 niches now, primarily, right?
Right. Yeah. There are 3, but I'm only mentioning 2.
We're still working on this, by the way.
The one is still in my head.
Yes, she has one that we're still trying to,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
So at least 2 are going to grow very powerfully next year.
Yes.
And I think you know that even though public speaking, it makes her, she's uncomfortable, she's going to be doing it next year. So if we see you guys in a year, you're going to see, really, she's going to be doing it. And it's, I think you're going to start to really soar because she's, first of all, she's a financial advisor that's very good at what she does. We've made the decision to hire her ourselves, and we're very picky about, in this, of course, who your financial advisor is going to be. She's very trustworthy, very good at what she does. So she's, it's nice when you have a client that already is really good at what they do, very clear with what they want to do, and now it's just like, getting out there in a much bigger way, and I know she's going to do it. So.
And one of the things I am focused on is what is my ideal client, and Mark and Bria are ideal clients for me. So it's really a nice kind of win-win situation, I think, to have.
Yeah, and it wasn't like she invested in, that was an agreement, but we did make that decision after.
No, we don't do that.
Yeah, we don't do that. We
Can't
keep
do
it
that.
clean.
Right.
So that's great. And so your goals, do you want to talk about your financial goals, or you'd rather not go there?
No, sure.
It's a big leap.
Yeah, I'm looking at $1 million in revenue annually, and I work with a partner, so that would be my revenue.
Yeah.
Is what my goal for this coming year.
So thinking big, and we like that. She's going to get there too. It's very exciting.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah, thanks. And my niches, I could mention.
Sure,
if you like.
Your 2 niches, not
my
3.
2, yeah.
A little bit louder.
The one I'm not mentioning is philanthropy, and the other 2 are rising stars, entrepreneurs, rising stars, and also people in transition that are either moving to retirement or perhaps just selling a company, moving to a new career, new idea.
Yeah. So great. All right.
Okay. And I'm taking voice coaching from Regina Rose.
Yes. Yeah. She's taking coaching. So sometimes it's that whole thing of facing that fear, and then you just say, I'm going to start giving talks, and then you get the skills that you need to help you actually do it. So that's great. All right. So Helen, we started working. Yeah, we've actually only.
Everybody take a drink of water now, except you.
Yeah, Helen still has to go. We actually have only worked together for 6 months too, which feels very strange, right?
It does, right.
Yeah.
We started, I think, in February?
I don't know.
March?
6
I don't
months.
know.
All I know is I used to do 6 month programs. I don't do it that way anymore. And we're at the end of 6 months, we were both like, why is this over? I mean, it was like right when it was getting going in a lot of ways. So she has also stepped up into Diamond next year, and all of our programs are a year moving from here on out for a lot of reasons. But why don't you think about what your business was like before? And
Sure.
Yeah, what shifted?
So I've been a coach for 10 years, and my sales and marketing was some small amount of local networking, and the rest, all of my clients came through word of mouth. And probably the reason that led me to meet Mark and Bria was I was contemplating getting out of coaching because I was just kind of bored. I kind of have that entrepreneurial mind. I need something new and exciting, and I was kind of bored. And I thought, well, what else can I do? And I met them at an event that really started this change for me, and have since then completely changed my model of coaching. So,
Yeah. So talk more about that. I mean, you definitely, you're another person who's very good at what you do, where you were keeping yourself kind of small. So talk about what shifted in your mindset to help you be like, you know what, damn it, I'm going to really get out there and be big, because that's
Sure.
what you're meant to be. Yeah.
sure. I really did have people say to my face, boy, you're the best kept secret of New England. You're the best kept secret in coaching. How come I've never heard of you? And I guess that was part of it. And I thought back to my corporate days. I used to be in high tech. I was a CFO and COO in high tech companies. And I thought, why did you put yourself out there for other people and for products that you really didn't give a damn about, like hard disk drives or some CAD software, but you're not doing it for yourself? And I just kind of said, you know what, enough is enough.
Yeah.
I'm ready to do it.
Yeah. And it was also hard for you to let go and hire an assistant. That was a big thing for you.
Yes.
Do you want to talk about that and what that's been like?
Sure. I probably
I was going
completely.
to say, you can give a shout out.
Yeah, I've probably completely overbooked her now. Sharon Jones. She's my marketing VA. I
new
absolutely
VA,
love her to
a new
pieces.
assistant, yeah.
You know, and I knew, gee, I could do this. I could do my blog postings. I could do all this stuff, but I didn't really want to do it. So I finally decided, all right, I'm just going to take the plunge and hire her. Well, what I've learned is I could never have done it as well as she does it. So now I get to do exactly what I love to do, which is write and coach. I write my blogs, I send it off, and it just miraculously shows up on my website beautifully with photos and just the way it should be, and it shows up in all kinds of other places that sometimes I'm not even aware of.
Isn't that great? It's a perfect example of she's shifting into her unique abilities, letting go of some things to someone who, do you like what you do? I love my job. See, isn't that fabulous? And so she's going to take those pieces of your business and start to really expand it.
Right.
It's a win-win situation.
It is, and you know, something else I always tell my clients, you know, always hire up. Hire somebody who's going to pull you up. And that's exactly what I did in this situation. I knew after I finished interviewing her, she was the third of 3 interviews, that she was the one. But I still waited a little bit, just, you know, let it sink in. And after probably about 2 weeks, I guess, of working together, I kind of got that feeling like, all right, we've made that first pass, things are going along smoothly. And I kind of thought, well, what's next? And it was almost like instantaneously there was this connection between New Hampshire, where I am, and Toronto, where she is. In comes this email that says, your marketing plan. I was like, oh, thank you. And she had like a, 4 or 5 page document of all the next steps.
That's fabulous.
So, and that's just a great
Right.
example of she's pulling me forward.
That's fabulous. Yeah. And so for you, Helen, what's next, would you say?
I'm afraid you're going to tell me what's next.
Are you afraid of next year?
No, what's next is some groups. All of my coaching to date has been a one-on-one.
And that's facing a fear.
Yes.
Definitely, big
Yeah.
fear.
And Steve and I talked about that a little bit. Part of the fear is just all that administrivia. I just want to be able to say, you know, just make it happen.
Yeah.
And
What was that word?
make it happen.
No,
What?
Not that word.
no, not that one. The one before. Administrivia?
Administrivia.
I like that word. What does that
Isn't that great?
Yeah, it's great.
All that
I like that
admini-
word.
I think it's a made-up word. Yeah.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
I like it. Can I use
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you. Administrivia.
Yeah. Sharon and I, when we just met the other day here for the first time, we were joking about she's like the genie. You know, I want to be able to just say, make it happen. And it's like, it's already been done.
Yeah. That's
So,
great.
yeah, with the groups, I know I need Sharon for support. I may need some other support in terms of putting together these groups, but
Yeah.
I'm really excited because these groups are people that I feel very passionate about, and I want to help them grow their businesses and have a better life.
And it's an example for you of how you can leverage your time,
Mm-hmm.
right? And start to have a bigger income without working more hours.
Right.
And which is fabulous. And do
Yeah.
you think you could have, the shifts that you've already made, do you think you could have or would have done them all on your own?
It would have taken me years,
A lot longer, yeah.
and I'm not sure I would have even gotten there.
Yeah.
I might have given up. That's really what I was looking at.
Yeah, okay.
So
All
thank
right.
you.
Thank you guys very much. Thanks for being up here. I appreciate it. Let's give them a hand.
Thank you.